Alright, what's up guys? This is Zach, or Ganeon, from MWG. I'm going to be doing a commentary on top lane Shen. Now, Shen is a champion who is very near and dear to me. He's probably one of my favorite champions in the actual respect that I am a person who loves to farm, and he gets to give you the ability to farm your lane pretty consistently, but be able to use that ultimate to port and help your team out. For those of you who don't know Shen very well, I'll give you a little bit of breakdown of his abilities, and then some common things that I'm going to explain to you in my video I did. So his first ability is called Kai Strike. It's a passive. Every 8 seconds, his next attack does bonus damage. The cool thing about Kai Strike as well is that you can reduce the cooldown by just attacking. So obviously the faster you attack, the faster the Kai Strike comes back up. Next ability is Vorpal Blade. He just throws out a sword. It's great harass early. Also, it gives them some healing, and allies who attack that as well also get healed. Another really cool feature. It seems small at first, then, but it's it make or break him in a sustained battle. Next ability, Feint. Just gives him a bit of a shield. It doesn't really do a whole lot besides give him a nice little bonus shield. He can trade very well with this ability. Something that you definitely max second. To really get yourself beefier in lane, or you can do it first as well if you're not really looking to trade a whole lot. Next thing is Shadow Dash. Shen's probably the most notable move next to his ultimate. It's an AoE taunt. Does a lot of work, and you'll see me pull some really good taunts here in the game I'm about to show you guys here as well. Next thing is, of course, his ultimate, Stand United. Pretty big. If you guys know Shen, Shen will then channel and port to a champion. The champion he targets will also shield them. Not a bad deal at all. So definitely, all in all, Shen, very strong champion. People would say he's OP, but it's people who don't understand how to play against Shen are the ones that lose. And I'll kind of explain that as the video goes along as well. So I'll load up here in a sec, and we'll get it on its way. I'm also going to go through 2 things as well. I'm going to go through runes and masters I use for Shen. Now, generally, a lot of on how I play a champion top lane will really vary on how I plan on playing the entire game. So this was a ranked game that I played, and I looked at the matchup now. So the matchup was, for me, I was going to be against a Darius. Now, Darius, pretty annoying champion. This was during the Black Cleaver OP patch, where you could sack Black Cleavers all day and just reap the benefits then. Wasn't not a big fan of that. I'm glad that they finally fixed it, changed it. Gonna be in a better place now because of it. So definitely, okay, well, I'm against Darius then. I probably should try to be a little bit tankier if possible then. I'm not looking to trade a whole lot, preferably. So what I did is I decided to go with this matchup then. So, okay, I'm into a Photoshop here. Pretty sweet. I like to use this what we call one-handed gaming. Now, what this lets me do is it gives me a lot of just overall move speed. All gives me feel very strong throughout the entire process of that lane. So move speed quints, attack damage reds, armor yellows, and magic resist blues. So pretty standard, nothing too crazy. I probably could have went with some MR per level then, just to make myself go a little better into the late game. But between Darius' mixed damage then, from not only his physical damage with his Q and his slow, also from the bleed damage his passive does, I really want to make sure that I had kind of every aspect covered then too against them. And I like move speed quints. I think they're broken as hell. I run them on almost all of my champions unless they have a huge a low cooldown gap closer. It just makes me feel like I'm very mobile. And also it's got the attack damage resistance for lasting in a tower. If he pushes me in my tower, I can last hit a lot easier by having those. So masteries I ran on him. Pretty standard stuff. I tend to run, it is this page right here. Now, I definitely have moved these points around now that I learned that these don't actually work on minions anymore. But this is very similar to what I would do. I love getting Summoner's Wrath, gives you some extra attack damage and AP, which both benefit Shen. Shen has the ability to not only benefit just from the auto attacks he does, but his abilities are all AP ratios. So definitely doesn't hurt to take a little extra AP there for a little extra harass him. This, once again, for last hitting a tower and for trading well. That's really what it comes down to. Building defense on Shen's very big. You're going to be right in the team fight. You want to be as tanky as possible. So getting any reduced damage, extra armor, extra health, whatever you can possibly get to keep Shen from taking damage, not a bad gig. So that's what I about that guy. I'm going to load up the video now, and we're going to start the game out. Wait till it loads up here. Alright, so for the matchup we had, I was first pick. I got the ability to grab Shen. They didn't think Shen was a OP at that point. And I can agree, Shen definitely isn't what he once was. They definitely nerfed his cooldown a lot of his abilities to really bring him back to where he was. I grabbed Teleport because my teammate asked me to. Honestly, I never would have grabbed it otherwise, because I hate running Teleport on Shen. But it actually, funny enough, had 20 points in the game. So I'll be against Darius then. Our Cho'Gath will be against Morgana. We have an Ezreal Graves matchup bottom lane with Nunu and Nami with Graves. Because I've seen that a whole lot, but definitely an interesting matchup for it there. I'm gonna lock myself on me here, because I'll say this is all about me at this point. We'll see what comes out from here. Now, at this point in the game, I know Shen really can't. He can't trade very well, you know, early enough. Definitely, unless you want to use your passive strike. I said before, high strike, just bonus damage. Then you notice how his hands glow a little bit. That means you know it's up right now on that champion there. I went with the Boots 3 Pots route. I thought about doing the Armor 5, and I kind of regret that now. I had a really rough time in lane. But definitely kind of glad here. Now if I'm here, I don't even skew my E yet, and then I totally missed the E. We probably could have killed Darius a lot earlier or forced a flash, but I totally was just not thinking. And now I'm kind of screwed. So now I'm stuck with a E at level 1. I'm gonna have a rough time farming against Darius if he's smart. Unfortunately for me, he didn't think about that. He did not abuse the fact that now I lost my poke ability at level 1. And my ability to last hit from farther away. So I'm kind of frustrated about that. I go back to pick up the 4th pot. Nothing pretty much out of the ordinary for anybody else. And just gonna wait for that. By the time I get to like I don't know, like 140 or so, then I can pick it up. Then it's been a while since I've done this then too. I don't get the 4th pot a lot anymore. But I'm able to get it just as I'm about to hit there. Oh, I missed it apparently because I have done it in a while. That's okay. I got taunt though. I can get back to lane faster. So what's the big deal, right? All right. So I'm going back to my lane. Looks like obviously we have Lee Sin starting blue, which is not a very common thing you're gonna see. But you know what? If it works for him, kudos to that guy. Malphite starting red, pretty common. Fortunately for me, which I mean, it's a lot of times you get lucky where people will just start. Take some extra down from blue harass then for top lane, but you did take a whole lot then, unfortunately. But you know, it is what it is, I guess, at that point. So I'm against Darius now. Just wanna farm. I'm not looking to really get into a lot of fights. I was hoping to catch a little taunt there for a little extra harass. They magically blow up bot lane, so I'm feeling pretty good. Like, alright, this is going good in our part. First blood Graves this early. Then Cho'Gath gets the kill right after, just like, and he barely gets out, which is awesome. So I'm scared as hell now, of course, then. I'm just trying to be super safe. I'm just last hitting, trying to taunt away. Anything to not take a lot of extra harass damage from him. One thing you really gotta be careful of when you are doing a top lane, it's all about, you know, not getting harassed then. So I'm trying to use my Q to last hit. I'm trying to auto attack taunt backwards to last hit. Anything I can do until I'm comfortable enough to go for it. Also, one thing at top lane, never go for a CS if you're going to regret the damage you're going to take. There are a couple times where I could have gone in to get a last hit, but that one hit may have cost me, you know, 50 to 100 health. Never really worth it this early on. Unfortunately, I'm open last name with Shen. I've gotten pretty good at it now. At this point, I'm just trying to get it as even as possible. Not missing the big creep either, and I did actually, unfortunately. But it's all about last hitting early. That's really what it comes down to. And I'm not doing so hot so far. I'm about 4 behind Darius right now. Not too bad. I'm gonna grab my W third. It's just so I can have a little bit of extra tankiness for the trades. Darius goes to sit in his bush. He's worried about the Lee Sin. He knows Lee Sin started blue, and so now he's trying to, you know, keep that in mind. I'm gonna skill my Q second again, second point, just because I want to have a little more harass and a little bit of last hitting potential. Fortunately, no, I am now a little ahead of him in levels, so it's a good time for me to start like, harassing. I didn't feel too confident in that for the simple factor that I don't have Ignite, so my kill pressure is pretty low. And unfortunately, you want to try to use that shield when they're about to use an ability that they'll damage you. You know, you sacrifice a little bit of energy to block their damage, especially if they're mana damage. Not a big issue at all. Fortunately, Darius is kind of pushing me, so I'm just going to let him keep pushing. I also have a pot on him as well, so I don't feel too worried about using that. I'm able to use my shield there. I taunt away. I know I'm losing right now, but I know I can't really fight. And I remember being kind of frustrated at this point because, I guess, I'm not used to getting teleport. Teleport is a very making big plays kind of move, but I'm also use it to more to defend my tower than actually for a big play move. Keep on last hitting. Was that? Unfortunately, with Shen, the only part of the game is just you kind of farming. That's really all you gotta do. So just letting Darius push you back and forth again and again. Darius, very annoying champion. He's got a really good, a lot of damage. His ultimate's true damage, a big old nuke. So I'm just kind of playing super defensive here. But unfortunately, get a little bit tanky enough now. I can almost hit everything at a tower now. The one issue with grabbing the move speed Quince is that I'm lacking a little bit of AD to last hit at tower. And if I had Ignite, I could have just ignited him and gotten the bonus AD. I'm finally harassing him now. It took me a little while. I'm just trying to last it. Right now, we're very close. We're within 5 CS each other. I have Lee Sin coming around right now. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try to see if Darius will come out to last it. Lee Sin's waiting very patiently. He's doing pretty good so far. I'm going to go in and I'm going to taunt right about here, I believe. Oh, he flashes right. Hit the slow. Easy taunt here in a sec. On a Q that to go. Easy kill. Didn't have to use flash. He wasted his flash, which is also huge then. Shen is very easy to have someone gank for you with. Especially if you have like a tanky top, and then like a high damage jungler. It lets them kind of you know, get forced to go in, and then Shen can just taunt, and then it's just like, oh, there you go, GG. You know, very easy to follow up with. Pushing the tower. I'm level 6 now. I'm kind of looking across the map, see if any big plays are happening. I think I remember this game. I don't teleport for quite some time, if I remember correctly. But we'll kind of see here again. It's been a while. The game was a couple weeks ago. Port back. What I'm going to buy next is I'm thinking, okay, what can I get to sustain against Darius a little better? And I'm going to get some armor. The Chain Vest Doran Shield, I want that Q damage, the auto attack damage. Doran Shield for the extra bit of health regen and just health. I don't want to put any money into MR. I mean, I have the flat MR blues right now for that dot damage. As possible. Sorry, my headset keeps disconnecting. Like I said, I know I'm not going to be able to kill Darius then. I tend to also sometimes get phage early if I really want to go like heavy on the harass level. But I know with Darius right now then, it's like that. He did a Q counter to me, and I'm really not that hurt. I'm really going to get some lifesteal off of my Q. Or I should say, sustain off my Q. Just keep attacking, you know, trying to keep the last of the towers here. Pretty standard top lane stuff. With a top lane, there would be times where this is all you do for a while. I mean, you can't always kill. I was thinking he's gonna go for harass, pop the shield, you know, whatever, it's a cooldown, no big deal. I'm still within 6 CS of him right now. I'm very close still. Not too far behind. For how much he's pushing me up, then I'm actually flushing pretty well with Shen. I magically get that one somehow. It just pretty basic stuff. Nothing too crazy going on here. You know, our teams are pretty close. The gold level's pretty close. You can see as well. You can definitely tell that, you know, this could be a worse thing. Now, right here, he messes up pretty bad. He walked around that way for some reason. Also, he takes a turret shot. Then he really got hurt there. If you guys noticed, I taunted him right at a point. Where he goes up and around for some reason, which I don't understand why. Maybe he's gonna look for Lee Sin, whatever it was. But I'm gonna taunt him here in a sec, just to a point, to where he's going to take about six minions here. He's going to take free damage from. Now, cool thing about when you taunt Shen, they're going to attack you. So your minions will automatically turn to them. So fighting on minions as Shen is a really big thing to get used to. You will make people just regret that. There's so much free damage you get. Minions OP. I put on game pretty good last night now. I'm within, I think here, yeah, within 2 CS now. I'm really catching up. I said, without having teleport, I'm still going to do pretty well here. Spamming Q on him now, trying to harass him as much as possible. I think at this point now, yeah, I got rank 4 in Q, rank 2 in shield. I'm feeling pretty good. I could probably taunt him here, but I'm saving taunt for as much as possible. I think right here, he goes for the dive. I live with my ability of not only I rolled the health pot. I had the health regen from Doran's shield, and you know, the extra armor. And everything played a part there. Everything I bought kept me alive. So I bought really smart there. Lee Sin got another free kill off that. And honestly, even if Lee Sin wasn't there, I would have gotten the kill. Was fine. I teleport bottom here, and I was kind of bummed. I know I kept her alive. I think we still get the kill here, though. Yep, I flashed over, taunt, knocked up with Cho'Gath. You know, easy peasy, very easy combo. I get it out of it, and then unfortunately, I didn't want to use teleport top back because there's no point in teleporting top right now when Lee Sin pushes keeps the tower. So I'm gonna go farm his jungle for a little bit, just to go, just to keep it, keep it going. You never want to always be farming. You never want to give up that farming capability. You really just want to keep the ball rolling. Cho'Gath's doing pretty good out here. I'm gonna keep farming. I think I'm gonna be here in a sec. Nothing too out of the ordinary, so just gonna be on back. And I'm not really worried about losing much at the tower. Darius is trying to keep the lane around the middle. Now he's pushing back. He doesn't know that I'm gone. Unfortunately, I watched my minion wave, and I knew they were gonna get to right around there, so I wouldn't lose too much. I really don't want to waste teleport. I wanted to save it for a really important happening. And unfortunately, that does happen here. I think it's the game where Lee Sin takes a lot of my CS. Maybe not. I don't remember exactly. He was pretty good. I remember that I had a game before where Lee Sin taking my CS really annoying. But here we are again. Happening's mid there. Not like that care about them much at all. It's all about the Shen this game, boys. And apparently it won't stay on my Shen camera. So bottom lane started to scare me a little bit. They were ahead, and this Nami makes some smart choices. They need to pick their fights a lot better. Here we are farming again. What Shen does, Shen is the farm. I'm just keeping that going as much as possible. I really am trying to just keep that going, not to too much harass. I am behind in CS pretty well, though. Now at this point, I'm down by about 13 CS. I might should have used that teleport at one point to keep going, but it's no big deal. At this point, I'm starting to get worried. My team likes to die a lot, apparently. Not really sure why. It's getting rough. What I'm building, by the way, if you kids look up right now, I still have my ward, my inventory, and some health pots. Here I try to see what I can do with this Darius. I'm actually trading very well. He doesn't want to farm that close to me, so it's been pretty good. Keep on last hitting. Keep on last hitting the tower. Nothing out of the ordinary here again. I'm starting to miss a lot of CS here. Just really, it's hard to last hit a Shen until you get some little bit of extra items or some extra damage. I'm just trying to last whatever I can. There we go again for another try at this. I think this is where he didn't dunk me this time. He's starting to realize he's losing these fights right now because he's trying to just auto, and he went to build with the double Doran's blade build. And I have a lot of armor, so his auto attacks aren't really doing a whole lot to me right now. So I'm pretty tanky. Pretty self-sustained. I'm just gonna try to freeze as much as possible. Right now the wave is pushing to me. So if I keep that going, then it'd be pretty good. I don't know if he, oh yeah, right here I do die, by the way. Yeah. So I made a mistake. He pushed it hard. Morgana's coming top anyway. It's not the worst thing in the world. I guess fortunately enough, we do get Dragon off that. We do get a kill. Listen almost lands that on him. This Ezreal was a very, very scary man. But fortunately, the take care of, take him down. He got the Bruta. Doing what it does best. So here I am again. I died. I played dumb, but I have my Sunfire Cape now. Not really too bummed. I wasn't getting a lot of kills this game, so I wasn't too concerned. I'm gonna support back top. I want to use my teleport. I want to push the lane back. I need to be back in control again. So Sunfire Cape does AoE damage around him. It's gonna help me push the wave even faster. So Shen really is about split pushing. That is Shen's goal: is to pull people off of you while you can just freely do work basically. So I'm going to push the wave a little bit up to Darius then. I'm going to put a ward down because I don't want to get killed. That's never a fun thing again. Malphite definitely pulled the old fast one on me there, which was really annoying. At this point, I'm really looking forward just to try to keep it safe again. I don't want to get in another fight that I can't win. I'm still ahead of him in Lola, so really, I'm going to start doing it more and more often here. If you notice then, look at Darius' health. He did a lot of damage. He has a lot of armor right now, a lot of armor, but not a lot of MR. And he realized that both my Q and both my passive from the damage from the Sunfire Cape is doing a lot of free damage to him. It's a really good counter. Unfortunately, I'm bad, and I missed the Q on him. Then I go in again to fight. I think I die here. I do die here. Fortunately, though, Darius does die. So, like I said, not doing so hot in the kills this game, but once again, Lee Sin's getting pretty far ahead. Nothing wrong with that, with having a Lee Sin who gets snowballed. I know I'm going to end up playing more the initiator this game than I'm actually going to be the guy who carries, per se. So it's okay. It could be a lot worse. Could be a hell of a lot better, but it's what it is, right? We just got some more harass everywhere else around in the game. I'm just gonna go back to I'm dead, so I might as well follow other people right now. So bot lane right now, it is looking pretty okay. I mean, Graves is ahead. He's ahead actually in gold even too. He died twice though, which kind of sucks, but he's beefy right now. He's got that thirster, and that helps him do a lot of burst, especially with the Nami combo. Not a bad hookup for him. I wish he'd die a little less, but like I said, it happens. I want to port bottom again here. And, I mean, it gets me, I want to help push the tower up a little bit. It's going to help me get a free assist again. Lee Sin's also sitting around top, so I'm going to farm with him. Now, I remember this part here. I remember he was fighting him, and I didn't understand why. He could have easily have survived. And unfortunately, the last tick gets them. The last tick. Pretty ridiculous. Not really sure what's happening here. I mean, they get the tower, but I mean, it's at the cost of a double kill. So, fortunately, though, I think I do kill the Ezreal at least. Then I'm not too bummed there. Just gonna walk away. No need to say that I get caught by Morgana, so works out. It's not the best scenario, but hey, we're still ahead. Still okay, up by about almost 2k gold, so never a bad deal there. One thing I really like to let everyone know about them too is that I lost my tower, but it's gonna happen. I mean, I was bombing for a long time. Lee Sin did die to Darius. I remember being kind of bummed about that, being like, how did that happen? But he fought. I mean, he's under level. He's under by only 2 levels. They tried to fight him. It was not very smart on his part. Fortunately, on a CS scale, yeah, I'm still down. In comparison to Darius, I'm actually I'm only down by 300 gold. It's not the worst in the world. Cho'Gath is making all the mistakes right now, though. But you know what? It is what it is. Oh, Gravesy Poo. I think he gets away too. What a beast. So here we are again, friends. Back to farming. What Shen does, what I love to do as well. So it works out for me then. I know Darius is roaming a lot, so I'm just gonna try to push now a bunch. I'm just gonna keep on autoing. I'm gonna Q the last hit. Anything I can do to push that wave as much as possible. So. Also nice, by the way, your Kai Strike, your passive also works on towers. So Shen very, very good at taking out towers. Trying to be careful if I don't get ganked here at all. Fortunately for me, Darius is still sitting at base right now. He had really for a while. He's just gone for a while, and I didn't really understood why. I kind of went back. I was kind of worried about getting ganked. I didn't have the ward down yet, so put that ward down right there. Gonna head right on back top. Keep on farming. Just keep farming. Just keep farming. So here again, taxing the towers a little bit. I'm gonna push that down as much as possible. One thing I was kind of doing whenever my Q was up was just throwing out a minion. I said anything I could do to keep the fight going. Darius now has Black Cleaver, so I'm a little afraid. But I do have some decent MR mix as well, so it could be a lot worse for me. But he's gonna push it right back. So fortunately for me, he kept pushing tower back to trying to freeze it, and I pushed it right back at him. And again, I kept it rolling. So I'm not really afraid of Darius at this point. I'm more afraid of a gank with Darius. So. That was going to be more my concern. And find him again. And I'm trying to drag him to Lee Sin right now. So. Fortunately, he has enough health, but it wasn't that too bad. But that was pretty close still. I mean, I almost I had teleport up as well. I could have Shen teleported him, but I didn't think we needed it at all, honestly. So, fortunately for me, I go back to the pushing game. Hooray! So here I am, get my push on. At this point, it's getting a little closer now for us. They get a tower, bring it a lot closer. I'm gonna get a tower back here though. So we trade middle for top tower. Not too big of a deal. So here I am, playing the Shen game. Just keep farming. So everyone wants to tell me to work on both map awareness and last hitting. Pick up Shen top. It's all you do. So yeah, push it up a little bit. Then I'm gonna go back now. Just gonna keep on rolling through. Actually, no, I'm gonna go farm double golems. I'm trying to keep farming, keep my gold income rolling high. I said I don't have a, but if you notice now, I'm actually starting to catch up though in CS at least. And I'm actually I'm only down by 300 gold still. So. So gonna keep that rolling, which is nice. And I'm gonna wait here for him to push the wave back. I think he thinks that I've gone back, roamed around. But nope, joke's on you, Sir Darius. The Shen farms a lot. 101 is back in town, so. As I said, just keep farming, so. Do what I gotta do best then. I remember I keep an eye on my team a lot. They're trying to gank me here again. I'm not really worried about dying, and if I do die, it's not a big deal to me, honestly. I'm not really too worried. You know, I think I actually do die here. Now, this happening right here, it's a bad thing. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world. I did waste Flash though, unfortunately, which really was unfortunate. Lee Sin also dies, I believe. What do I know? We have a really good team. Good bubble on Nami, good Q on Chocho. I think they fought this still, and I was saying like, why did you guys fight this? There's no point. Just Darius being Darius right now. Not the ordinary there. So I was a little frustrated then because our team could use that time to push mid, but it wasn't really happening. Unfortunately, Graves is doing work right now. Definitely, was doing alright. Got my Wit's End now. Wit's End basically allows me to trade even better. Gives me attack speed, gives me MR, and every auto attack I deal extra magic damage. And then I get MR stacks, which is pretty cool too. So I get 4 times stack 5, so I get free 20 MR. Let's keep auto attacking. So Shen loves auto attack, works with his passive, which is pretty nice. So it gets that Kai strike back up again, or key strike, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I ain't no ninja. So I'm trying to push it back now. I said I'm not really worried about being a big damage dealer. I just want to be annoying. I want to take pressure off the map and force it to me. So that's my job right now. So gonna just kind of keep that in mind here. I keep on going. Darius went back. I don't really care. Keep on pushing. Do what I do best. Get every last hit I possibly can. CS is very big to me. So, I remember being like asking why Nami was top. I didn't really want her to be there. I don't really I'm not as effective when there's 2 people off the map then. So, it definitely would have wished that we, a little smarter here. So, kind of picking with Malphite right now. He wastes his ulti though, which is, I don't understand why. He could have kept that still probably. There's no one really close enough that could have been a big issue for him. Cho'Gath maybe, but Graves was at our blue buff, which didn't mean a whole lot for us. So, we're pushing mid now. I remember being kind of like, what are we doing right now? Kind of just putting around. Sin's doing some work on the Ezreal. Right here going, we'll land a taunt. I catch Malphite. Not the prime target, but we still get a kill off it though. Cho'Gath just absolutely chunked him. And I'm actually gonna port. But this is really good by the way. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go back a little bit. So Lee Sin is back here, by the way. I'm not really sure why he was here, but he was there. He was kind of running around. I think he's looking to kind of mess around with Ez a little bit, but because they caught him with that ward, so they know he's there. But he still, for some reason, really wants to mess around with this guy. He doesn't go that way. He plays his ground. Now their team still, instead of helping out their carry, they still go fight this whatever. So no big deal. I don't care. Lucian's doing work on Ez right now, which I don't understand how it's happening. Now I saved my ulti for the absolute last second where Ezreal wouldn't try to run away. Saves him. I come back around here. Get a nice taunt. Keep Darius held. I'm still going. It works out really well for us then. The taunt. And I never feel bad if kills are awesome to have. You feel like a badass with kills, but as long as your team benefits from what happens, it's still not a big deal. So I'm gonna touch on here, try to kill Nunu. Get a flash. I'm cool with that. So whatever. I have a lot of armor. Gonna hit out a little bit. Push it in. We're up by about 3K right now, which is awesome. Make that about almost 4K. I'm sitting pretty good. I'm sitting on around 1,300 gold right now. Not too bad. So I am almost caught up to Darius right now, who has 5 kills. Hey man, great job. But I've helped my team a lot more. I've been in 11 fights. You've been in 5. So no congrats to you, sir. So. At this point in the game, I'm looking to still put pressure on the other lanes. I said I'm not really worried about trying to get any other kills. My ulti is about, how much time I have left on my ulti? My ulti is getting kind of close there. Looking at about a minute 20 left. So I think by the time I get down to here, it'll be closer anyways then. And I'm just looking to try to keep that pushing going. It's what really matters at this point for my team is I try to pull pressure off everybody else so they can make big plays happen. Graves always died 5 times. he's still doing a lot of damage at 25, which is really awesome for us. So I'm looking to go with a Frozen Hammer at this point. I love building Triforce on Shen, but I wasn't really ahead this game, so I wasn't looking to keep that rolling. Looking to be a very annoying, very sticky for people. So though Sheen would have been really nice for taking out towers faster, I wanted to go with a little more health, just to stop Darius, just to keep myself a little tankier in fights. Team tells me to go. I'll keep going. Lee Sin pulls a really good dragon take. I'm gonna port to the fight. I remember here, they told me to not come, by the way, but I made a mistake of fighting there. We got dragon, we should have just left. Unfortunately, we didn't make the mistake. At this point, we're getting kind of worried here, because Ezreal just really gets put back in the game right there. He was kind of falling behind Graves there. Graves was up on him by 40 CS. But that fight really hurt us. We got aced, and we're just like, oh man. We're talking a lot of smack. You know, he didn't do a whole lot, but you know, is what it is for him. We're getting kind of frustrated right now. My port is now back up though. So I'm gonna try to use that to our advantage here. Fortunately for us, they make a big mistake here within the next couple minutes. Then you guys will see here in a sec. Right now, there's a little bit of shit talking right now in our team chat. The Lee Sin is kind of like, oh my god, Throne, what the heck, should push top. I'm like, I got teleport to help you guys out. I want to try to turn it around. It was a bad pick on my part. I shouldn't have went down there. I just really wanted to see if he could turn it around somehow. He got the dragon and should have left. Unfortunately, I kept going, so it's kind of bad on both parts here. Now we're trying to do the Baron dance a little bit. I said, Lee Sin, with Shen, I want to farm. That's what I'm happy about. That's what makes me feel good. So, take out the ward there. Not really scared. Take a lot of free Baron damage. That was kind of down my part. Then I pull out a Nami, also down my part. So, not the best. Damn you, passive Flame Cape. Damn you. But, yeah. We'll push top back up a little bit here then. Try to get that wave going to the direction. Our Graves gets caught. Not too happy about that. And I thought about porting to him, by the way. But fortunately here, they try to take Baron, and they really don't do a good job at all. I don't really care. They waste a lot of cooldowns on me. Not really worried. Malphite ult is now down. This whole time, by the way, if you look at their team's health, they have taken so much Baron damage, it is not even funny. What we're going to do here is turn this around. Now my taunt is back up. Unfortunately, I think though... I think this is where Lee Sin steals it actually. It is actually. Yoink! And Lee Sin goes ham. Ezreal ports over. We're gonna kill Ezreal right here, by the way. So that right there just gave us the game back. So I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna port to Lee. Right there, it's so huge for us then. We get Baron, we kill their Fed carry. Lee Sin just did really well. Lee Sin literally probably won us the game right there. It may have gone a little bit longer, but we had the better team comp, I felt like. I mean, they had a really nice kind of AoE combo, but they never played it right. Malphite was way too trigger happy in his ultimate. Darius was not tanky whatsoever. All he had was Black Cleaver for health and and a little bit of MR off of the Hex Drinker. So he really wasn't building that smart. Morgana had no feasible way of keeping herself alive in a team fight because she had no hourglass. So it just wasn't right. They didn't build smart. Had they built smarter, Ezreal was really far ahead. They didn't really abuse that. They never really did a lot of poke fights. They tried to force fights. Very well done by themselves there. So I got the Frozen Hammer now. I'm feeling pretty beefy, sitting at about 3.4k health. Not too bad. I'm still pushing pretty heavy here. Not usually my fastest I can do. I like to get Ravenous Hydra that's on him as well for that extra damage and then extra cleave as well. But I said I'm Shen and do what Shen does and keep pushing. Now I told my team at this point, remember, don't fight. I don't have teleport. I don't have my Shen port yet, so please be careful. Now, fortunately for us, you see here very shortly, well, this is the turning point of the fight, is that they're sitting here mid, right? So I can just tell they want to fight. I'm like, guys, please don't. I don't have a way to get to you right now. I want to push this tower really bad. So here I am. Pushing. There are these constant poke fights. Morgana goes for a Q, misses it, thank God. They ping for me to go off there, but I'm going to keep pushing it back, though. Not that worried. Now, I think they may know my taunt is down then. And then Malphite misses the ulti. Not that worried. They go initiate here. I'm kind of like, why? I don't want to fight right now. Please don't fight. I'm not there. I'm not there. Fortunately, though, right here. So what I'm going to do... So I'm going to go back a little bit here. I'm gonna John Madden this shit. So what you notice right now, alright, I told him not to fight. So here I am. I am top lane right now. I'm trying to get this tower down. But they, my team just getting a little antsy. Right. So we're gonna watch Malphite here. He's gonna go for the... But he misses it. Even with the dash, it didn't matter. They didn't need the dash at all. That was just for the cool meter. Now he throws out a R. Should worry about the initiation from them. Cho'Gath tries to go in, misses the Q. Now what's right here? Now they're fighting. I told him not to fight. I'm like, please don't fight, guys. Please don't fight. Morgana is gonna instantly die here for us though, which is awesome. She didn't get the ulti off, so it's back here. I don't want to fight, but I'm going to use my teleport. I'm going to port right here to that minion then. Ezreal shifts forward. I'm going to taunt onto Ezreal, catch 2 people. Right now, I'm just fighting. I'm like, Ezreal, you are stuck here. You are slow. You have, you know, your shift is down. You're going to get knocked up here. Bye-bye, Ezreal. Bye-bye game at this point then, too. I used my teleport there. Even though I hate teleport, it won us the game. We push through mid here. It's a surrender pretty soon, and that will be the GG. Goodbye, Darius. Pushing it in. And Ezreal's OP Shen, he just got caught. So really, up to the OP, I actually was not doing well. Darius was ahead of me. They had a bad fight. I just had 2 ways to get to a fight, so worked out for us really well. You're being the prime example of solo queue right now, that everyone sucks and you're the best. So that is the game, my friends. Thank you guys for watching my first video. I'll be doing more here soon as well. Once I get my mic to figure out right now, with this stupid headset. It's wireless, likes to disconnect randomly. Not sure why, gotta get that fixed. Yeah guys, what's it then? With Shen, keep in mind, the big idea with Shen is to always be split pushing, if you can. If your teleport's down, or if you get teleport and that's down, try to keep that coming back then, you know, any way possible. You can get back to the team fight. If you do choose that route, make the support drop a ward so you can port to that, or fight around minions, you know, any way you can get to that fight with a teleport there. Won us the game right there, was that big turning point. So I did a really good job with that team there. Besides that, I mean, Shen, not a whole lot to him. It's all about learning how to trade correctly early, building the right items, and then just executing well. Thanks for watching, guys.